What's up, Asher? That is wonderful that you and your mom got to watch the One Piece live action. I also wanted to let you know you can join up with my Patreon, which I actually have. That way, you can get in when we are watching the other episodes going forward. Coop, it was amazing, my brother. It was amazing. I don't know if you're planning on watching it, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys right now. If you haven't watched it yet, the first two episodes, this chat right now is about to be spoilers. There's going to be spoilers. I'm just gonna keep it blanket. I'm gonna keep it open. It's gonna be spoilers. I want to give my reaction, let you guys know how I feel about it. And I'm gonna be honest with it. I'm gonna be totally honest. But again, let one just so you guys know, with the Patreon, you simply join up for just $1 per month as a member of my Patreon. Become a patron here with Christ and Comics. And what we do is we bring up shows to watch together, and then we transfer over to here, YouTube and TikTok Live, and we'll discuss our reactions. We'll express what we think of the show, what our opinions are in the show. That's what we get to talk about in these lives, and that's what I'm hoping to do with you guys. Yeah, Shark had a wonderful time. Shark got to join us, and he was blessed to be able to participate, and he loved it. He loved it. I loved it. It was amazing. Shark, you know what it is. Drop an emoji in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all get the likes up to 2,000 likes here on TikTok, and we'll get this started. And if you're joining here on YouTube, go ahead and like this live. That'll go ahead and boost us in the YouTube algorithm as well. So we want to make sure that we're really boosting us up in every aspect that we possibly can. And I absolutely agree that Jesus is the truth. He's the way, the truth, and the life. So you're absolutely right. No playing with that. We don't believe in three gods. All right, Coop, that's good. That's cool with me. That's cool with me. Get the likes up to 2,000, guys, and then we can start talking about the show. Let's get it up to. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. What's up, Shark? Welcome to TikTok and YouTube. You just bouncing back and forth, ain't you? Now, as we're getting started on this, you will not be able to see it on TikTok, but I will show this to those that are joining us here on YouTube. I'm making sure. Hey, Shark, was the volume good on YouTube? Could you hear me good? I want to make sure that the volume was good. I don't want to be too loud or too low. I'll turn it up just a tad there. It was kind of good. Okay, I'll turn it up just a tad bit more. And if I do anything with the desktop, I'll turn that up too. But yes, let me show y'all this. Boom. Because we have 2 new patrons to my Patreon that I want to take a moment to give a shout out to. And those 2 people are Wendy Sue, aka Windabs, here on TikTok. She has followed my Patreon, and it is truly a blessing to have her, as well as Jalen Green. So I wanted to take this moment, give them a shout out, let them know that I appreciate their following, and I look forward to having them participate in our Netflix parties, or teleparty as they call it. I want you guys to come and be a part of this. Come and be a part of this family. Let's have these conversations together, and also so it's not, spoilers, to be real. I don't want it to be spoilers. What's up, Lazy Lumi? What's happening? What's happening? What is happening? All right. Let me switch back. Now, I don't want to rob you guys of, time, but I do have to go take care of some family business. So, I know I said 2,000, but we're going to go ahead and hop right into this anyway. And when it comes to the One Piece live action, first and foremost, overall, I absolutely love it. Now, what I will say to, loving the live action, coming up, when it came to watching TV shows and anime and seeing those different adaptations, one of the things that I was really, really soured on are changes. I hate it when people change stuff, because it negatively, oftentimes with what I was seeing, it negatively impacted how the series would go. For example, when they create the anime adaptation of a manga, they don't have to consult the creator of the manga to make fillers or even to produce the anime. They actually have free will to do as they please. That way they can, create the anime. But sometimes the changes that they would make would be changes that would hinder the story going forward. That is actually a part of why I think it was like a 10-year gap. That's why we had a 10-year gap before the Thousand Year Blood War arc with Bleach, was because the anime team did something that Tite Kubo was concerned was going to inflict the storyline when he did the next arc, and they also resulted in them having to rush the process of them finishing. So it can definitely hurt. Hey, the Chief, thank you very much for the gift. I appreciate that, the Chief. I appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. We're doing good, Jay. Welcome, welcome. And Coop, that's a-okay, man. Again, I don't know your financial standing, and I don't want to presume to press. I simply want to let you know it's only $1 a month to be a part of my Patreon. That's all I wanted to let you know. And again, it's no pressure. It's no pressure. When you get to make it, if you get to make it, it'll be a blessing. If you don't, we'll talk here on TikTok. We'll talk here on YouTube. So I want you to always, always, always know that you are welcomed and that you are loved here. I won't be like, that doggone Coop ain't getting with the program. I'm not going to be on that energy with anybody that follows me here. It's just genuinely, there might be some stuff you guys will miss out on as this channel begins to grow. I also, though, want you guys to be able to get in on the ground floor of that growth. Good game, good game, good game, good game, good game. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for the GGs. I appreciate you. So, yeah, that was my first thing with the One Piece live action is, overall, I love it. I absolutely love the live action adaptation. But there are a lot of changes. A lot of changes. And the thing is, the changes weren't bad. The changes didn't negatively impact the story. If anything, it's not that it cleared up some confusion of the old. It I guess you could say leveled it out. It approached the same concept, but just from a different way. And that's something that I liked. For example, when they were fighting Captain Morgan in the anime, it was kind of like a 2 or 3 hit, one and done fight. And so Captain Morgan was taken out easily. In this case, they allowed for the fight to kind of build. They allowed for Captain Axeham Morgan to kind of show some skill and then be concerned with those skills. And I was just like, yo, I actually love that. Now, for like the power scalers, they might be like, man, Luffy ain't that strong. But no. Calm down, chill. You reaching, bro, chill. This is the beginning. This is bringing you into it. And even more so, that gives us an opportunity, as I think we're going to get a chance to see, the imagination of Luffy growing and broadening the more he ventures out. And that is a key aspect of Luffy's character, which on some level they tapped into with the live action. Hold on. The Chief says, much love to you, man. I hope you grow and achieve all of your goals, fam. Thank you very much for the love, my brother. I'm praying the exact same thing, and we're going to be putting in the groundwork. We're on the ground floor right now with only 2 patron members, but we're going to be rising. We're going to be rising, and we're going to be growing together. I will say this when it comes to the Patreon, because I know people are just like, he's just trying to use the gospel to get money. I mean, it'd be a blessing to be paid to preach the gospel. However, when it comes to me doing it, right, it's a case of anime. I use anime to share the gospel. That's it. I will never ever use Patreon to sit down and do Bible studies or preach a sermon. You'll never see me do that. I'll never ask for a tithe. I'll never ask for an offering. But the content that I hope to bring to the table is talking about anime and bringing the gospel to light in it. That is where I'm looking to keep it a stack, monetize my content. That's it. I will never use the gospel in that way. Now, you might be like, well, you go TikTok live and YouTube live to preach the gospel, and they monetize those platforms. True. That is an effective way, however, for me to simply teach the gospel. And if you don't contribute in that way, I still got to get the gospel out there. Patreon, it technically mandates payment. This YouTube and TikTok does not mandate anything from you guys. So that's why I don't mind sharing the gospel in those regards. But just to kind of put that out there, I think through that stuff a lot, because that's where I have to be concerned with, well, what kind of Christian content creator do I want to be? One that's just going to pursue money no matter what it takes and take all the risks and gambles and take advantage of people to do that? Or am I going to be one that's going to be like, in this area it's like this, but in this area it's like that, and attempt to move wisely? I'm attempting to move wisely, and if anyone disagrees, you're left up to your own. But back to the One Piece live action. Now, another change. Um, I look at stuff in a different way than most people do. For example, oh no, they really do need to chill with the One Piece hate, but I'm not mad at them too. That's what we do. That's what we do. I know, right? I'm about to do some TikToks like talking about some of the manga I've collected. Man, the Chief, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. Luffy has been my favorite since day one. Luffy has been my favorite character since day one. Not in a. I think I'm just like Luffy. I know people like that. They talk this big game of Luffy's a representation of me. I'm like, no, he's not. Because you're not doing anything with your life. You're not trying to go anywhere and do anything great. I respect and admire the character of Luffy. If anything, I look at him like he would be my captain. Like, he motivates me in that I can pursue my dream and still follow him kind of thing. And so that's where I love Luffy. He's also someone that I've always had a passion for underdog characters. People think that character is weak or that character is weak, but that character still steps up to continue fighting. That's been Luffy since day one, bro. That's been Luffy since day one. Now, because you could be like, oh, since he has stretching powers, he has an advantage. Not really. Not really. Most everybody he's fought gets a chance to, one up him, save Alvida. But when you fight Axe Hand Morgan, I mean, sure, he's slower than Luffy, but that's an axe hand. One cut and Luffy could definitely lose a limb, especially mid-stretch. So, no advantage there. Fighting Captain Kuro. Captain Kuro, he's much faster than Luffy with blades, and Luffy's susceptible to being cut. Advantage. Buggy. He had to outsmart Buggy. It's not that necessarily a power difference, but there's a bit of a balance there. Yeah. Lazy Lumi says he loves Luffy and Usopp. I love Luffy and Usopp. I know people hate Usopp. Like, he ain't growing. He ain't becoming stronger. Usopp's serving his purpose. He's going to get his time on Elbaf. Elbaf. It's Bath, not Bath. I used to call it Bath. It's Bath with a PH. Elbaf. I did not know that. It threw me off so bad not knowing that. I promise you. But no, seriously. Definitely love them. I'll get back to you on that, Chief. I'll stick with my reaction to the live action. I'll come back to you. But definitely, man, when it comes to the live action too, one small thing that I noticed, one, they allowed for Luffy and Zoro to build like this tag team relationship, let them struggle with being able to work together against Captain Morgan rather than it just be this instant bond and uniform fighting tactic. That's something I although One Piece did do it, it's actually something I don't like. As it is cool that they did it in One Piece. Don't get me wrong. I know that's confusing, but it's actually something I don't like. It's not realistic that right off the hand you're just going to bond with whoever you meet. It doesn't work like that. That's a relationship that has to be built on. And for them to do that with Zoro and Luffy allows for them to actually build on that. And Zoro even had this instance of, him being a pirate hunter wasn't him really moving towards his dream or his goal. And so Luffy had to inspire him once again to want to become a pirate. To want to become the greatest swordsman in a way. And I love that because that also contributes to their bond. It's like if Zoro was already walking that out, what other motivation outside of what we originally got would move him? They changed that outline a little bit, and so they made that yet still work to meet the same goal of getting Zoro to want to trust Luffy to work towards that same goal. They kept that alignment, and that's why I respect the change that they did. Not only that, there was an instance where Luffy went to go pick up Captain Morgan's safe, and it wasn't that he couldn't pick it up. It was stuck in the ground, but you could tell he could pick it up. But then they gave another instance where Zoro, when they needed to move it, just picked that joker up and walked it out. And we know we hype up Zoro's physical strength, but like that already gives us that dynamic of Luffy's strength with Zoro's strength. So I respect them pointing these out ahead of time with subtle actions, rather than it just being outright who's stronger, let's arm wrestle. Like, they're not doing that. Like, they're just giving these subtle actions to clue us into certain aspects of their relationship. I love that. Now I got to get into I guess you could say some of the stuff I don't like about the live action before I get into some of my favorite stuff. Um, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is where I get to be, a little bit nitpicky. My Luffy needs to have sandals on. I I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that's a nitpick. I know that's a reach. But Luffy's got to have sandals on. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says, but Luffy needs to have sandals on. That's how I roll. My man Luffy stomping people out in sandals. No, he had regular shoes. Shark, you didn't notice? Yeah, he had regular shoes on, bro. And it's not that I hate it. It's that I'm so used to that contributing to that underdog picture for me. Like, man, I'm stomping y'all out with my dogs out. You know what I'm saying? And then the shoes don't break except like once in a blue moon. Come on, dude. You know how embarrassing that is? I'm getting stomped out by the dude in sandals and flip flops. Every time he walks, flap, 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 flap. Think about that, man. I want y'all to think about that. You know how embarrassing that is? It's like, you know what? I'm gonna kick your tail. Flap, 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 flap. Really? Flip flop kid? Luffy starts rocking the Jordan. Nah, Coop, don't know. He bet not. He better not ever come out with no Jordans. Nah. I think Helmeppo had the Converses on though. Hey, Lazy, did you ever get to watch the live action? You ever get to watch the live action yet? Just let me know in the comments. But just to reiterate, that's why I join up with the Patreon. You join up with the Patreon. It's $1 a month. We'll watch the episodes together. Now, next time we're not starting over. We're going to move on to episode 3 and 4. So definitely jump in on that. But yeah, the shoes. The shoes was actually a big one. The shoes were a big one. Now, I'm not trying to be overly bothered by it, but it's just an observation of just like it's just a little a very little the scar on his left eye. It's not that visible. It's not that visible. Like, you gotta be in Luffy's face to see it. And I guess I'm overly used to the anime and the manga making sure you can clearly see that that's right there. Like, that's something for me that's no. I'm way too used to that. I'm way too used to it. So for that to not be there, that actually bums me out. But I'm not a hater either. I'm just not like this show is not good if they're not gonna show Luffy scars. Oh no, I'm not on that energy. But that's something that I actually like. Okay. That's fair. Definitely. I appreciate you though. I appreciate you tuning in, Lumi. I appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, man. So far, that's one of those little things. Monkey D Media in his house. What's good? MDM. That's my boy MDM. Look. We're gonna take the K out your name. Call you Money D Media. That's what we're gonna. Hey, that's gonna look when you're not talking about anime and stuff. That's gonna be your name, Money D Media. That's what. I love it. Money D Media's in the house. That's what I'm gonna call you every time I see you from now on. Money D. Coop. Oh gosh. Coop. Ooh. I don't know. Lumi. No, I don't know. If Naruto was made a live action, I couldn't do it. I couldn't respect it. No, I just couldn't. I could not respect it. I don't know if he's still here. I gotta answer. I told him I'd come back to his question. My man, the chief, he asked me I think he asked me my favorite anime or manga. That's a very very hard one, but I'll easily chalk it up to One Piece, man. One Piece is at the top of the list of my favorite manga, but I think my favorite anime is an anime called Clannad. Now, it might be because of me not having seen enough school life romance anime, but Clannad has made me cry like 3 times easy. Easy. So that has a special place in my heart. I still want to watch To Your Eternity. I definitely want to watch that. I've been dying to watch that. I've been dying to watch Tokyo Revengers. I haven't tuned into that. But that's some stuff that we can watch on the Patreon. You heard me? Yes, sir. Okay. I'm gonna kill acting. All right. And other stuff I didn't like about the One Piece live action. Okay, it's small details. if I had any nitpicks, it's just, yeah, they're just nitpicks, small details. Captain Morgan's jaw wasn't given. I was not sold on his jaw, bro. I was not sold on that jaw. It looked plastic. I felt like if I took it off, he'd still have a jaw and it'd be perfectly working fine. He didn't need the jaw there. So, like, that for me is just like, you know what I'm saying? That's just, I'm saying, right? It's just bothersome. It's like, what's with this jaw? It's not sitting right. And I know I'm pushing. And he's not big. Like, he wasn't intimidatingly big. He looked average size. Again, it's a nitpick thing. But if they had made, and this is just me thinking One Piece, if they'd have made him bigger, that is in all actuality our segue into, there being bigger people, there being different races. Like, everybody's not average size or, shorter. There's like average, shorter than short, and then bigger than big. And then you got giants, and then you got long arm people, and then you got long leg people. Like, One Piece branches out into creative, racial differences or abnormalities of anatomy. So, like, that's where, like, him being big is foreshadowingly significant. And that, again, that's just my opinion. Don't sweat me on it. The fight in Luffy's flashback, where Shanks is fighting off the bandits, like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't that good. Like, I didn't get the intimidated vibe. Like, the atmosphere didn't switch up for me. It's like Shanks is still Shanks. Like, when they did it in the anime, like, even if I watch it again, if I go back and watch, like, the first time Shanks showed up, the energy switches same. The energy switches every single time. I didn't feel an energy switch. I just felt like, oh, they're just still in their same mojo and mood as they did the fight, which gives you more piracy, but it didn't give me Shanks. I didn't feel feel that pressure from Shanks until he warded off the sea creature, the fish thing, that dang serpent, the sea serpent thing. Until he warded him off, I wasn't feeling it. I'm just saying, I wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling it. I'm sorry. I wasn't feeling it, yo. Took the arm. Quit, Shark. That's not right. It's you and your fish people, Shark, that took his arm. Shame on y'all. All right. Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. The TikTok thing just shouted out Money D Media for his donations and the chief for their donations. So, yeah, definitely. Blessings from you guys, man. Blessings from you guys. Okay, any other issues? You know what? My last issue, before I get into the other things I want to celebrate from the show, my last issue, when we're on that island with Buggy them, right? Hold on, Lazy Lumi saying something. He said, in my opinion, depending on the media, I like the original ones better, but it's still fun to see what people come up with sometimes. Yeah, man, I absolutely agree. I'm similar to you. I don't like. It's not that I hate change. I don't like unnecessary change. If the change neither adds to or does nothing at all to the flow of things, I'm cool with the change. But if that change hinders that, I'm just like, what? You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that, right? I like the Cowboy Bebop live action. I know, but everybody was hating on it, but I liked it. I low-key got Cowboy Bebop vibes. I felt it was a little funnier than the original, but I got the same energy from the Cowboy Bebop live action, similarly to what I would have gotten from the anime. It definitely was not a Grammy Award-winning live action. One Piece is much closer to that than the Cowboy Bebop one was, but, they low-key did some things different, but it wasn't a grandiose change that made me be like, see, they shouldn't have made Cowboy Bebop live action. I liked it. That's just me. But yeah, man. So the change I did not like the most was they did not put in the daggum dog when in Buggy's town. That doggone dog is one of the most emotional favorite moments of that dang arc. I needed the doggy, man. They didn't bring him into the end of the episode. Why? I need to see that dog fight a lion and keep on boxing, bro. I need to see that dog stand there with that box of treats because his master's gone. I needed to see that dog once the house burned, sit there, and then Luffy look at that dog and say, yeah, it's time to square up. And he's ready to go. Luffy boxing the dog. Luffy had to fight the dog, and they didn't do it. Yeah, they didn't remove the dog. They just removed his arc, like the scenes that he was mainly involved in. They took that that moment out. The dog wasn't there to fight the lion. The dog didn't wrestle with Luffy or attack people that came near him. And he didn't have a box of treats. It was like the dog just showed up after Luffy beat Buggy. Like, that was it. I was glad to see the dog, but I needed that moment. It was so important. If you have moments to cut out, that was not a moment to cut out. I don't care what nobody say. That was not a moment to cut out. You know what that is for me? I'm gonna keep it stacked. Do you know what that is for me? That's like cutting out Dr. Full Metal Alchemist, the crazy doctor who did that to his daughter. That's like taking that part out. That's like saying he never did it with his daughter. He just did it with another animal. He fused his dog with a different animal. That's what that was. That's what that is to me. Yeah, Shao Tucker, him. That's like not doing what they did with that experiment and doing something totally different. Well, it's not gonna be his daughter. It's gonna be another animal. That's what taking that dog out did to me. I was just like, man, I can't believe y'all. I can't believe y'all did that to me. Ugh, I was so bothered. And then no buggy bombs? We ain't got no buggy bombs. We just got pass out smoke screen. Come on, man. Come on. I needed me a mean buggy bomb. You know why? Do you know why I need me a buggy bomb? Cause all of these. Look, I'm a Buggy hater. I hate Buggy. I don't get how Buggy has all of these apologists on his side. He got everybody out here rooting for him. I'm like, y'all don't remember. He took that whole town prisoner. He was bombing them with buggy bombs, getting animals attacked and killed, people attacked and killed. We just saw him enslave those people as a whole audience. And then y'all want to be like, well, Buggy's going to be king of the pirate. Get out of here. Stop it. Just stop it. I cannot be a Buggy apologist. Now, what I will say, though, with all these disappointments and changes, right? Again, it's still the best live-action adaptation, and I could see myself in the future watching these over and over and over again. I mean, so, like, one of the things to speak to Lumi, because Lumi is speaking to them taking that thing out as I was just talking about that, right? And I can admit the validity of the changes, mainly because there's a lot of One Piece to bring in to such a short series, right? So you do have to make changes to be able to move it along a bit more smoothly. And so they're like fitting 3 or 4 episodes into the one episode and communicating all those messages. But again, I don't feel rushed. I feel rushed from the standpoint of what I know of One Piece. I don't feel rushed if I had never watched One Piece. Like, I'm tuned in. I'm tuned into this story. And that's the other thing too. If you never watch One Piece, you could watch this and feel it. You could be in on it. The other thing, before I talk about my favorite, other than Luffy, like the Luffy actor, I forget that boy's name, but that boy is amazing as Luffy. Oh, I'm gonna get into that. Hold on, I gotta call this dude out, bro. Because we haven't sat down to talk about the hypocrisy of Garp. I haven't seen any TikToks talking about Garp's hypocrisy. Have we noticed that? Are we caught up in the manga? Is this audience caught up with the manga? Y'all let me know before I keep going. Y'all caught up with the manga? All right, my brother. God bless you. Take care. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put this out there. I'm actually really short on time. I got like 5 minutes left, so I gotta hit on a couple of things. Yes, but there's something to that, right? Remember this, right? Remember this in the manga. He could not, for the life of him, go and help Ace at all. I already told you guys this is going to be spoilers in this, so if there's stuff you ain't seen, I'm sorry. You might want to pause, leave, or stick with it if you don't care about spoilers. I know Coop said he ain't care about spoilers, so bless you, Coop. But y'all need to hear me on this. He wouldn't go help Ace because he's a quote unquote Marine, but then he want to hop up when Ace is dead. Now, don't get me wrong. I've thought through the complexity of him reacting that way. I've thought through that complexity, all right? I've done worked that out in my head. I'm got a bit of a piece about it, all right? I've done worked that out in my head. I can deal with how he did Ace. I can deal with that when it comes to Garp. What I can't deal with is Garp sacrificed himself for Kobe now. He gonna act like Kobe his own son or grandson, or at least adopted son, like Ace was, like Luffy is. He gonna act like that with Kobe and them other little baby Marines, but he didn't fight that hard for Luffy or Ace. That bothers me. You guys, and he's going out. He's like, you guys are the next generation. We have to protect the young ones and give it on ourselves for the next generation. They're our future. We have to protect them at all costs, even if it costs me my life. You weren't thinking that way for Ace and Luffy, though, bro. You weren't thinking like that for Ace and Luffy. So I'm troubled. That's something that actually troubles me. And so, but now, right, in the live action, they have Garp showing up. Now, again, remember, think of it, if you had not watched One Piece before. Well, hold on. I'm not going to bring that in yet. Hold on. I'm not going to bring that in yet. But let's say you never. Okay, so Garp's talking to Kobe. And he tells Kobe, because he's trying to figure out, like, well, Kobe, are you a spy for them pirates? Who are you working with? Who's the pirate you're following? And so he figures out that it's Luffy or whatever. And then he kneels down and tells Kobe an essential to being a Marine is telling the truth. I'm like, but you ain't said nothing. You didn't tell him that you're Luffy's granddaddy. What you mean honesty is like a key factor to the Marines? We know that's a lie. We know that's a lie. Boy, when I tell you, that had me mad. No, he didn't forget. Stop, Shark. He didn't forget. Oh, my gosh. That had me so anime, man. Bro, I'm telling you right now. Like, that made me so upset. I'm like, but in the live action, I think it's cool because it gives that issue that we're facing when it comes to the Marines, this deception that they're the heroes of society when they contribute to the problem. And with him saying, well, we tell the truth, boy, there's so many lies the Marines have been telling. There's so many lies secrets they've been covering up and causing people to suffer just to keep them secrets. I'm telling you, boy, Garp got me ill. Garp got me ill, bro. I'm going to do some TikToks on Garp. Garp makes me so mad. Garp makes me so mad, boy. Oh, y'all see me burning up right now. All right, last two things before I go. One, Buggy is boss. Not like that. Y'all just heard my Buggy rant. I hate Buggy. I am anti-Buggy. But the actor playing Buggy, his character in this show, the depiction, like, he is spot on Buggy energy for real. Like, I hate him the same way I hate manga Buggy. That's how good this actor is, bro. He is eating up the Buggy role for real. He is eating up the Buggy role. Eating it up. Their script is boss. The psychological warfare he plays, boss. It is so well done. That's why I can excuse the Buggy Bomb being gone. They gave room for him to be literally psychologically intimidating. I loved it. Now, the last thing I want to say about how much I love the live action, I love the script for these characters. Nami goes from being manipulative and controlling to feeling the emotions whenever the topic of pirates come up. Like, when she does that emotional switch, I'm like, oh, this just got serious. Like, so she plays that very, very well. And respectfully, keeping it Christian, she's a very, very beautiful young lady. That's a very beautiful young lady. She's eating up the role of Nami. Like, I'm like, okay. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh, my gosh. Like, it's perfect. Now, that also brings me to Zoro. Oh, my gosh. I don't know who was in the writing room. Man. I don't know who was in the writing room. But Zoro had quips for days, bro. Quips, comebacks, shots taken, bro. What was that he said? He said, he was getting offered to be a part of Baroque Works. Now, I don't endorse necessarily flicking people off, but he said, what was it? He said, we had to wear funny costumes. paint numbers on my face because the only number I am is, and he does like he uses his middle finger to say one. I'm like he ate, man, and then he backed it up, and then he backed it up. He said what he said, and he backed it up. I respect it, man. I respect it. I respect it. But Luffy, oh, the actor for Luffy is golden. Perfect choice. Ichiro Oda, you chose well, my boy. You never disappointed me. You chose well, my boy. What's good? What's up, Special Maid? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? That's cool. I mean, when I say respectful, I'm saying not in a lustful sense. I respect her beauty as a woman. I'm not acknowledging that past that point. Like I'm keeping it civil. I'm keeping it civil as well as for the audience. I don't want to put them in a position to be lustful either. She's just simply a beautiful young woman. That's all I mean by that. But yeah, dude, Zoro's script balance. I mean, sorry, Luffy. We're talking about Luffy. Luffy is so good. Because, like, I know this, I'm so used to Luffy being the goofy, funny, and then show up to throw them hands. But what they did was they took the aspect when he's fighting to use him. Like, when he fights, he uses his imagination to come up with different moves and ways out of the situation, ways to fight the different types of opponents he's got to deal with. And that's Luffy to a T, using his imagination in that way. But then in the show, they took this a step further by making him operate as someone who's observant, like he's watchful, he's observant. He sees what the situation is and makes those imaginative decisions based off of that. Like when he was in the bar, it was weird because the manga, he's not there when Zoro gets arrested or Zoro gets taken in, but in the live action, he is. But in this instance, they used that not for Luffy to intervene, but for Luffy to get a feel for Zoro in real time and observe Nami. Because he saw what she was doing when no one else was. So in a sense, that means he sees her. He's attentive to her. Not just a spy way, but he recognizes her when he sees her. He sees special people, if that makes sense. I see what people are up to. I see special people. I see the moves these people are making. Luffy is paying attention, which is something people get on to him about when it comes to the manga and anime. It's like, Luffy's not paying attention. He's just doing whatever he wants. No, in this, Luffy's making rash decisions. My boy's thinking on his feet. They were going to lose the map. He said, he swallowed the map. I was like, Luffy's smart, bro. Y'all can sleep on Luffy all you want to, but Luffy's smart. I love this live action. I think it is absolutely amazing. I've had a wonderful time. So, guys, in closing, I want to encourage you once again, if you can afford to, please come and join me on Patreon. Again, it's only $1 a month to become a Patreon member here with Christ and Comics, where we will go live to watch different shows, anime, Christian shows, movies, etc., together on Netflix Party. And then we'll transition over to YouTube and TikTok to do live reactions to these shows. So I look forward to joining you guys once again when we go to watch episode 3 and 4. I pray that y'all have a blessed day, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.